Hello, my fellows, ghosts, ghouls, and other things that go bump in the night. I'm back here with some Monotype team replays. If you don't know what Monotype team is, a Monotype team is a team that is all one type. Well, it doesn't have to be pure, but it does have to be. They all have to share at least one type. Now, as you can see, this is me over here. I'm playing with a fairy team. Now, this didn't really go over particularly. I don't remember if it went over very well or not. As you can see here, he goes for V-Create. I knew he was going to do that. And I know I can kill him with a foul play because he's a Victinian, specially offensive. He does reveal the fake out on his Mew, which tells me that this Mew is going to probably give me some issues. So I come in, I get a little nuzzle with Dedenne. If you don't know what nuzzle does, it is a move that actually has a 100% chance of paralyzing. It's like Thunder Wave. It also deals a little damage, but it's not very powerful. And as you can see, my cheek pouch Dedenne got back almost all of its health off of using one citrus berry. So, yeah, it did that. Of course, it can only do that once, but still. I do get to kill the Mew with a Sucker Punch. He does go into this, sets up a Calm Mind, predicting a Sucker Punch. I predict that and go for a Play Rough. So, he sends in Jirachi, who I managed to Sucker Punch and kill. He didn't have a very good time in this battle. I tell him Mega Mawil's power. And he goes into this in the end. I do miss the first Play Rough. He does get up a light screen. I do hit the second one. He does put up the Reflect. I go for Ironhead here because Ironhead doesn't have the chance to miss. I go for another Ironhead. He lives with 1%. I flinch him, so I got the Paraflinch. And I kill him with a third Ironhead. I tell him good game, and I guess he didn't like very much seeing his team of Psychic type legendaries getting themselves beat by a team of fairies. Anyway, up next we have I'm facing a flying team over here. This is mine. We both go for the Thunder Wave. I do put up the spikes. After that, I do get paralyzed. I go for Play Rough just to get a little damage off on this guy. He does wind up paralyzed. I get paralyzed too. I shouldn't have put up the spikes at all because his team's fine and doesn't get hit by them, and I realized that right after I hit the button. I go for Synchronoise. If you don't know what Synchronoise is, it can only deal damage to Pokemon of its type. He does get the Thunder Wave off on me, which was annoying. I do become unable to Baton Pass due to full para. The second Baton Pass I actually do get, but he does have the Landorus. I just went for the Thunderbolt anyway. He brings in Dragonite. I'm able to hit it hard with the Thunderbolt before I die to an Earthquake. Sadly, Dedenne does not get Moonblast. It gets, Play Rough. And this Dragonite does die to my Azumarill's Play Rough. I don't know why he went for a Dragon Dance. He does get the Sleep Powder off on Azumarill, which is fine. Because I bring in Togekiss. I mainly wanted to be Death Fodder. He just decides to set up Quiver Dances. And I managed to hit it really hard with an Air Slash. And I die. So I bring in Mawile. And I'm able to, I get hit by a Hurricane. I get confused. I kill it with an Ironhead. He goes into this, and I switch out to Sylveon, who I know is not going to take this very well, but I didn't have anything to really do. And for some reason, he uses Gravity. I don't know why. And then he kills me with a Stone Edge, and you'll see why I was very confused by him using Gravity in a moment. I do take him out with my nice choice banded Aqua Jet. Well, I nearly take him out. He actually kills himself with his life orb. He does bring in this. As you can see, he was hurt by the spikes due to gravity, which was why I said I wasn't sure why he did this. The gravity does return to normal. I go into Mawwow. I go for the Sucker Punch. I shouldn't have. He goes for Roost. He does get the close combat off. My Stone Edge misses, and I am able to kill it with Sucker Punch. And this thing just goes for Protect. I go for Sucker Punch. I really have no option. He's going to have to attack me at some point. And I opt to just go for Sucker Punch till I land a hit. And he kills me easily with a Bug Buzz because he lives it. Next up, we have... I can't remember what team this was. Oh yeah, it's a fighting team. He does hit me really hard with Drain Punch. I decide to just play rough again. I honestly wanted to get as much damage off on it as I could. I do choose to paralyze this guy. The reason why I didn't paralyze Congeldar was I was worried it had guts. This thing's got Iron Defense. I don't really know why he went for Iron Defense because I do have special Pokemon on my team. So that kind of confused me, and I do go for Foul Play to see how much it does. And I just gave him his justified boosts and die to an Iron Head. So I go into this, I use Moonblast, get hit hard with an Iron Head, and kill with second Moonblast. It brings in this guy, who I knew was going to hit me with Fake Out. Well, I thought he was going to hit me with Fake Out. He actually has Bullet Punch, and that's what he used. So I go into Togekiss, I go for a Nasty Plot. He reveals the Rapid Spin. I go for a Nasty Plot again because there's not really all that much he can do. Here I choose to start going for Air Slash because I know he's got the Bullet Punch and I can't think of much else he has that can actually hit me. He does go for Bullet Punch again. I do take him out with an Air Slash, and I realize that I should have Baton Passed this if I wanted to Baton Pass because he's going to easily be able to come in and kill me. I do go into Dedenne. I do go for the Nuzzle, which was a bad play on my part. He does throw in the Conkeldar, predicting that, but he does get fully parried, and I'm able to take him out with a second Thunderbolt. Now he brings in the Savage. I just let Dedenne take the hit. Sorry, Dedenne. I do Nuzzle it. Get that nice little para. I honestly, I really love Nuzzle as a move. It's been really, really awesome for me, actually. And Savage dies to a single play rough easily. He comes in and uses Scald. He actually gets the burn. I think that's exactly what he was wanting, because otherwise this would have killed him. Let's go ahead and play rough again. And he goes out into his Mega Lucario. No, it's not Mega Lucario. But I do manage to hit it hard with the play rough. I go into Sylveon. I mean, it's not like I really thought I was going to live it, but I didn't really have all that much I could do. He does hit me really hard with Flash Cannon, but I do get a kill with a play rough because I am not, like, okay. If you're wondering why it wasn't super effective, it's because steel resists steel, so that's why it was only neutral damage. And last up, it's an ice team versus my team. He does have the knockoff. He gets rid of my Focus Sash. It's not really... I mean, there wasn't any particular reason for him to do it in the first place. I do go for Aura Sphere and nearly take him out. There wasn't really any point to switching Togekiss out because it dies on re-entry. So I just let it go down, trying to get off another Aura Sphere. We go into Whimsicott, but I actually changed my team and put a Whimsicott on it. If you notice, my Dedenne is actually the one missing currently. So sorry, Dedenne, but sorry. But there was a better choice of fairy type Pokemon, and honestly, it really didn't learn anything except electric type moves. The only other type of moves it learned were all physical, so. I think I also put Defog on my Togekiss, or it may have been right after this battle that I did. Because on one of these, I did a Defog right after. He does Mega Evolve. He hits me hard with an Energy Ball. I didn't expect him to have a special move is what happened there. And I am able to take him out with a Stone Edge. I was pretty sure Azumarill could live a physical move from it, and I don't know why he went for Outrage against an all-fairy team. I think that may have been a misclick, because there was absolutely no reason to go for Outrage against this team. I do switch out so I can get a safe switch in with Sylveon. I did change the Sylveon. It is the Sylveon I'm using on my other team. That's a offensive Assault Vest variant. I do have the Draining Kiss. He does choose to Encore me as I hit him with another one, and makes me hit him with another one. He does have the Waterfall, which is some nice damage, but I do actually gain a fair bit off of Draining Kiss back from him. So my Encore also ends here. He actually switches into Cloyster, who just dies to my Hyper Voice. So he goes back into Dugong, hits me with a Waterfall, dies to another Hyper Voice, and then in comes Frostlass. He hits me with a Shadow Ball. I hit him with a Draining Kiss. And the Draining Kiss is pretty... It's not really powerful, but I did think he was probably sashed, so I was trying to get rid of his sash, mainly. And I am able to take him out with the Shadow Ball. I also wanted to be able to live his next move while taking out his sash, because I wasn't sure. I was thinking he was probably going to go for Destiny Bond, because I was fairly certain that my Mega Mawile is faster. But besides that, the reason why I switched out of Mawile when he brought that Frostlass in was because I wanted to not lose my Mawile. And I actually didn't expect Sylveon to do quite that much in that battle, but he chose... I don't know why he chose to Encore. I guess he wanted to Encore me into that because it was a weaker move, and he would be able to live a lot of what I was trying to do. I think he expected to deal more damage, but I am max HP, max special attack. I do have a special defense boosting nature. It's literally the entire same Sylveon. It's got the Shadow Ball, Side Shock, Draining Kiss, and Hyper Voice. Now, the reason for Hyper Voice over Moonblast is because of well, there's not much difference in power. I honestly think that Hyper Voice is probably the better choice myself. Mainly because it has... I think that Moonblast has 90% accuracy and Hyper Voice has 100, and there's only a 5 base power difference. They're both stab because of Pixelate. So I honestly think it's a better move over it, especially if I decide I want to use the same Sylveon in like VGC, because I'm honestly thinking about putting the Sylveon on my VGC team. And honestly, this Assault Vest Sylveon has been doing extremely well. It has been doing extremely well, a lot better than any of the other Sylveons I've built. But anyway, that was some OU Monotype battles. I did make this team as a gym for a group I used to belong to. I was the fairy type gym leader, and this was the team I was using. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more OU monotypes, let me know in the comments section down below.